Sylvestria, they call it. Land of forests, fields, rivers, and lakes. And too, it is a land where folklore is well and truly alive. For in this tiny nation hidden in the backwoods of North America, folklore is both ancient and current. I think you may find that Sylvestrian folklore really does have something for everyone. Its roots run deep into time. Beasts growling in the night, heroic kings, clever animals, hidden sages, and ages of knowledge handed on to those who would listen intently. Join us now as we recall the tale of Fingal and the Nightfisher. There was a time in old Sylvestria when the rivers were not gentle friends of men, but wild-blooded things, prone to rage and ruin. Every 7th year, the great river, which wound like a silver serpent across the land, would rise in fury. It burst its banks, tore through fields, and swept whole villages into the forest's dark belly. The people called it the drowning year, for none could stop the waters when they came. But elders said the flood had a master, the Nightfisher, the river's own demon and keeper. They told of a creature vast as a house and terrible to behold, with the body of a frog, slick and green, the tail of a lizard, long and spined, the wings of a bat that could blot the moon, and the beak of an eagle, hooked and sharp. When it rose from the current, it would shriek across the valley, and all who witnessed it would vanish beneath the black water. Now, in those days, there lived a giant named Fingal, son of storm and stone, whose shadow stretched across the moors of the north. His strength was the measure of hills, and his temper was that of the weather, slow to stir, but fierce when roused. When the 7th flood came, Fingal saw the waters climbing the valley. Forests bent beneath their weight, and the cries of drowning beasts echoed through the dark. The people called to him from the rooftops of Briar Fen, their homes half swallowed by the current. "Fingal, help us," they cried. "The Nightfisher wakes again. The river is to be the world's end." Then Fingal, hearing their plea, waded into the raging flood. His feet found the riverbed where no man could stand, and his eyes searched the dark horizon where lightning walked. "Show yourself, river lord," he thundered, "that I may see the hand that drowns the land." The answer came in a splash, a sound so deep it shook the stones beneath him. From the heart of the great river rose the Nightfisher, its wings spreading water like rain. "Who calls me from my revelry?" croaked the beast, its beak snapping with hunger. "The river is mine. Every drop of water that falls belongs to me." "I am Fingal of the Northern Vale," said the giant. "You have played too long. I'll see your floods chained, or I'll lie broken in the current beside you." The Nightfisher hissed. "The floods are my breath, my birthright. Would you steal that from me?" "I would," said Fingal, "and I shall." So began the battle of the drowning year, a struggle so great the very trees fled from its roar. Fingal grasped the Nightfisher's tail, but it coiled round his limbs and dragged him beneath the torrent. They fought in the churning deep, beast and giant, while the heavens cracked above them. For 3 nights the river boiled, and the people waded on the hills, seeing flashes of fire beneath the surface and hearing Fingal's voice like thunder through the rain. On the 4th day, the river fell still. Its current slackened, its fury spent. Then, out of the mist rose Fingal, bearing upon his shoulder the bound Nightfisher, wrapped in chains of root, its wings torn, its eyes dim with defeat. He set his foot upon the riverbank, and the Smidgens gathered around him, weeping and shouting for joy. "Will it rise again?" asked one. "Not here," said Fingal. "The river must run free, or the land will thirst, but this creature shall not command its depths again." And Fingal walked, step by thunderous step, across the sodden land, until he came to a place where the forest cupped a great hollow of still water. This was the Black Bottom Pond, as it is known now, formed where old rivers once met and forgot their names. Its depths were dark, its silence old. Fingal knelt and looked upon the Nightfisher, who trembled and croaked, "You cannot unmake what was born of water." "No," said Fingal, "but I can compel it to rest." Fingal tied a great stone to the tail of the beast, smooth and vast, marked with symbols of power, an anchor to bind the beast to its new home. Then he lowered the beast into the lake, where it sank with a hiss and a shudder, its wings tattered and beak broken. "So long as this stone holds," said Fingal, "the floods shall not walk the world again." He thrust his staff into the shore beside it, and from that place a willow grew, its roots spanning through the sandy bank of the pond as a silent testament to the great battle. When the wind moves through that willow, the old ones say it sings with Fingal's voice, murmuring, "Rest, beast of the river, sleep deep and trouble no man." Since that day, the great river has flowed calm and true, its banks green and gentle. Black Bottom Pond lies quiet in its hollow, though on certain nights, when the air is thick and the moon rides low, a deep splash echoes from its middle. The water ripples outward, and the willow sways though no wind blows. The fisherfolk of Sylvestrian knows what it means. They bow their heads and speak the old saying, "Cast not your line before dawn, nor whistle by the water's edge, for Fingal sleeps and the Nightfisher dreams." And so the people remember both the giant who saved them and the creature that waits in stillness below, longing for the day when the anchor of stone might break and the floods might rise once more.